Hey everyone, what is going on? So we are shoutcasting somebody's Go Battle League tournament. They have 10 games and they went 8-2, 4-1 in each set, which is really impressive, really good. I believe they were in rank 7. So thank you so much for submitting me these clips. I do appreciate it. And if you'd like to submit me clips, definitely reach out to me on either Twitter or my Discord, link in the description down below. And if you want to follow this trainer, I'll leave his link in the description down below. But he's using a really interesting team. No Registeel and no Azumarill, right? So really cool. He does have that Wigglytuff, Bronzong, and Whiscash. Now we know Whiscash is really good. It's definitely a Pokemon I'm going to be using as well. But Bronzong is definitely an interesting pick for Open Great League, so I'm interested to see how it goes, as well as Wigglytuff. And the reason I say Wigglytuff is because the steel types are going to resist it. So if you go up against something like, well, for example, this Probopass, but more likely Registeel, which is super common, right? Or you go up against Melmetal, which I have seen quite a bit lately, actually, or something. It could be a little bit difficult, but that doesn't mean it's not a good Pokemon. So let's go ahead and start commentating. We jump into the next match, and I'm looking at a Wigglytuff versus a Drifblim. Yeah, I believe you could just stay in here with Charm because Wigglytuff does resist those ghost type attacks, so Wigglytuff will be able to win that. We have an opposing Wigglytuff, so Ice Beam coming out. That will take a shield, so nicely played. A little bit of lag, not sure if that mattered, but in comes a Bronzong, which will be resisting this Wigglytuff. And out comes Toxicroak. That's a really interesting switch, but I guess at this point, I mean, it didn't matter. He had the game won anyway. So, hey, 2 games so far, so let's jump into the next one. Now, this is the situation I was talking about. If you face Registeel, you're going to have to bail. So he does bail into a Whiscash versus the Azumarill. So it's Whiscash versus Azumarill right now, obviously. And by the way, I think I sped these battles up a little bit faster than I usually do. I do apologize for that, guys. I didn't realize it, but it looks like they're going by a little bit faster than usual, at least this battle. Or this video, I should say. But Azumarill is going to go ahead and go for the Hydro Pump to knock out the Whiscash. Actually, one more bubble will knock it out. In comes Wigglytuff to finish off the Azumarill. What is going to come in? It's going to be a Haunter. So Haunter does resist all of Wigglytuff's... actually, no, Wigglytuff resists Haunter's ghost attack. So that's another good thing about having a normal type like Wigglytuff. It will be resisting Haunter's ghost attacks quite significantly. So Bronzong is going to go for the Psyshock right now against the Registeel. Getting off another Psyshock, as well. Trying to feint down this Registeel. Registeel will go for the Flash Cannon, and in comes Wigglytuff. Finishes off the Registeel. Out comes Haunter. So this is going to be close because Haunter is not doing much. Wigglytuff does go for the Ice Beam. It will be shielded. It's going to be close. Wow, Haunter's actually going to be able... That's how strong Haunter... Actually, no. Wow, I thought Haunter was going to win that. But no, Wigglytuff just pulls it off. So, wow, there you go. Wigglytuff winning that one. So close. So, switching out to Bronzong versus the Whiscash. Definitely not a good situation for the Bronzong because Whiscash going to be doing super effective damage with Mud Bomb. And it gets to Mud Bomb so fast. We have another Mud Bomb right now that will be shielded by the Bronzong. Just looking to farm down. He does go ahead and successfully farm down. Out comes the Jirachi. Jirachi actually gets off a charge attack, so he'll allow Bronzong to go down. Out comes a Whiscash. Venusaur comes in to catch this Mud Bomb, so nice catch on the opponent's end. Out comes Wigglytuff. And this Venusaur will go straight for the Sludge Bomb and then farm down, so nice play. Out comes that Whiscash. I don't know if Whiscash can really do anything against this Venusaur. Probably not going to go ahead and go for that Mud Bomb, but the opponent still has 2 shields, so the opponent will get off a Frenzy Plant. This is going to be the game he loses in the first set. So that was well played. Tried to come back. So Wigglytuff versus Hypno. So let's see what happens. Hypno can't go for Shadow Ball. It could go for... Okay, it's going for the Thunder Punch. Hypno's trying to get to another charge attack. It does get to it. This one's going to be the Thunder Punch. Wigglytuff can take it and farm down. So Wigglytuff does have energy. Maybe perhaps trying to take a shield with this Play Rough. Let's see if he can get it. He cannot. And then the Wigglytuff will faint. Out comes Bronzong. Good counter to Azumarill, but watch out for the Hydro Pump. That's not a Hydro Pump. Bronzong going for the Psyshock. And then the Azumarill will shield it up. So let's see what happens. Azumarill goes for the Ice Beam. Bronzong will go for the Psy Shock, totally fine. That will be shielded, and then Confusion can feint down the Azumarill. So in comes Altaria. So Bronzong generally is a good check to Altaria, but it's really low. Now all this Wish Cash has to do is get to an Ice Beam, and he had a shield, so he's going to be able to easily get it and knock out that Altaria. So going to go ahead and win that one. And let's jump into the next game. Let's see what happens in this game. So, leading with the Wigglytuff versus the Altaria. So, huge situation for Wigglytuff. Switching into Whiscash. So, Whiscash going to get off that Mud Bomb. Wanting to save the Wigglytuff for later for that Altaria. So, bringing in Whiscash. Good play. Going to go ahead and go for the Mud Bomb right now. Yeah, I definitely sped these videos up faster than usual. That was definitely a mistake. They won't be that way for my next video, but in comes that Altaria. Whiscash wanting to get to a Blizzard, not able to do so. Wigglytuff can come in and handle this Altaria. Actually going for the Ice Beam. I may have considered farming down, but the Altaria shield, so that was actually good for the Wigglytuff. At least taking the shield, right? So out comes that Azumarill. These Charms are just chunking away. So yeah, Charm is definitely good for this for Open Great League, but you do have to watch out for the Steel types like Skarmory or Registeel, right? Or any other Steel types you come across. So the Play Rough not going to do much to the Bronzong. Bronzong can farm down, and now it goes for the Psy Shock, and that will be able to knock out the Whiscash. So I believe that was the set. Was that 5 games? Not too sure. But for the next game, Mawile versus Wigglytuff. Mawile will switch out. So Whiscash is going to go ahead and go for the Mud Bomb before Mawile has a chance to switch out. So that was really good for the Whiscash. Power Up Punch will hit Whiscash, and out comes that Mud Bomb, perhaps bluffing a Blizzard, but he doesn't fall for it. The Medicham will go for a Power Up Punch, and that will be shielded, wanting to get off this Blizzard. So either taking a shield or knocking out. He does knock him out, so that was really awesome for the Whiscash. Out comes a Alolan Raichu, and this Whiscash can get off another Mud Bomb. This is doing a lot of damage to that Whiscash. Raichu actually able to farm down, pretty interesting. So out comes the Wigglytuff to feint the Raichu. In comes Mawile with Fire Fang. So that will be an Iron Head. Wow, Iron Head, really cool coming from that Mawile. Usually you see moves like Power Up Punch and Play Rough, but we do see the Iron Head in this situation. Wow, I think the Mawile actually may get this one because the Fire Fangs are doing a lot of damage. Out comes probably a Power Up Punch. It is a Power Up Punch. I don't know. Wow, the Mawile does win that super close game, but that Fire Fang came in clutch and was able to win that game. So for the next match, it is Tropius versus Wigglytuff. Out comes Bastiodon, and in comes the Whiscash. So Flamethrower will hit that Whiscash. Whiscash does not care about Bastiodon's moves at all, so he's able to just charge up a bunch of energy and go for another Mud Bomb, hoping to knock out this Bastiodon, as he does. In comes Tropius. Obviously, you have to watch out for these attacks. I may have shielded that just because I could have gotten off a Blizzard, but I guess you didn't need to. You're in such a good position. Wigglytuff comes in and shields up this Leaf Blade, going for an Ice Beam, so this will knock out the Tropius. Actually, he'll shield it, so it won't knock him out. So Wigglytuff will feint. Actually, no, it won't. He'll be able to feint the Tropius. Out comes that Altaria. Crazy. But now there's a Bronzong versus the Altaria, so you can see how much of a wall Bronzong can really be, right? Bronzong is opting to go for the Psy Shock. These are the final Pokemon. Gonna go ahead and shield it. It's a really close game, so gonna go ahead and get off that Psy Shock, and this should be able to finish off the Altaria as it is, not even having to click all the bubbles. So really well played. Gonna jump into the next match. It's gonna be a Wigglytuff versus Jirachi. So of course the Wigglytuff wants to bail, doesn't want to take a Doom Desire. So Psy Shock is coming out, hitting that Lantern, so perhaps bluffing the Bulldoze, but the opponent doesn't fall for it. Going for the Bulldoze now. This will knock out the Lantern unless it shields. It does shield. And let's see. The Bronzong will shield, maybe wanting to get to this Psy Shock. He does get to it, so he is able to go for it, knocking out the Lantern. And let's see what decides to come in. Going to be an Azumarill to feint the Bronzong. So yeah, Bronzong is definitely an interesting Pokemon. It's a good Pokemon. It's just usually that's not the Confusion user we see, right? Usually we see like Hypno. We've seen Jirachi as of right now, right? You know, but you could definitely use Bronzong as well. I've seen a couple of them. Not super common though, but they are definitely good, right? So Wigglytuff falls, in comes Whiscash, out comes Jirachi. So Doom Desire is going to be resisted. going to be able to go for these mud bombs, which are going to do good damage, super effective damage to the Jirachi, and the opponent will run from that game. So well played to both the opponent and the competitor. So definitely has to bail from this Wigglytuff. Out comes Bronzong into the Azumarill. As you do have to watch out for the Hydro Pump. This is only a Play Rough though, so perhaps a Play Rough Ice Beam variant, or maybe bluffing the Hydro Pump. So trying to feint this Azumarill. This attack is going to be a Play Rough. Bronzong can take it. Going to farm down. That Bronzong is loaded, but it is super low, so it's going to have to fire off those attacks immediately. Going for the Size Shock. Couldn't get off another one, but that's okay because the Wigglytuff can come in. Out comes Bastiodon. In comes Whiscash. So Whiscash will go for the Mud Bomb right now, trying to get as much damage as possible. This game is all but over. Going to go ahead and take that, and just going to farm up extra energy, trying to perhaps go for back-to-back Mud Bombs. This game is definitely over. Or maybe even trying to farm down. Yeah, he does farm down. Out comes Whiscash. So the Whiscash is the final Pokemon. And that's why he was farming up so much energy, just trying to do whatever damage he can against this Altaria. Going to let the Whiscash go, but in comes Wigglytuff, and that will be it for this one, guys. See you in the next video. Thank you so much for checking out my latest video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter. If you like this video, check out one of my other videos that you'll probably enjoy.